Hello and welcome back to my channel everyone. Well, I really hope you are doing great and keeping fit. Well, today I'm back with the Ncert Geography Chapter 6, that is Major Landforms of the Earth. Okay. In Chapter 5 we have dealt with the major realms of the Earth or the major domains of the Earth. Today we will have a sneak peek into the major landforms of the Earth. Well, children, when we go for a vacation, we have our own choices and preferences, right? We have observed that not all the places on the earth are the same, right? Some places are very high, some places are low, some places are having flatlands, right? So based on our preferences, we go for a trip or vacation. Some people love mountains, some love hills, others love oceans or water bodies, and others may also love the plateaus, right? So based on their elevations on the earth's surface, we have different kinds of landforms, right? The earth has an infinite variety of landforms. That is the reason some part of the lithosphere may be rugged and some flat. Okay, rugged land is mainly found in the hilly area where the roads are inaccessible, all right, and some lands are flat like the flat plains. Usually they are found near the water bodies. These landforms are actually a result of two processes. You will be amazed to know that the ground you are standing on is slowly moving. Within the earth, a continuous movement is taking place. The first or the internal process leads to the upliftment and sinking of the earth's surface at several places. Whatever landforms we see today are the result of some internal processes, okay? Some very intricate and complex mechanism that had taken place long back, millions of years back, okay? And the result or the end product is what we see today. Well, all these processes are called the internal processes, and they are actually related with the composition that the earth's interior is having, all right? I will not go much into detail of it, but just for your clarification, I won't go in detail because you have this chapter in detail in class 7, so then you will learn a lot about it. Now for your knowledge, just try to understand this, that the earth's interior has been classified under three broad categories. They are the lithosphere, or the topmost part, we call it the part of crust, okay? Then we have mantle, then we have the core. All right, so crust, mantle and the core. Just as you have several layers of your chocolate cake, the same way, or the soil profile, the same way you have the three layers that are there inside the earth's surface. Sorry. So that is the reason we have this internal processes which has led to the upliftment and sinking of the earth's surface at several places. So when these internal processes were active, they have resulted in some upliftment or pushing up of the land surfaces and pushing down of the land surface. So some places have gone very up, some places have submerged, okay, underwater. So that is the main two differences which had happened. Now, the second or the external process is the continuous wearing down and rebuilding of the land surface. The wearing away of the earth's surface is called erosion. Wearing away means to get eroded. So that process is called erosion. So this is a part of external process, what we can see. What we can see? We can see that a river is flowing down from the mountains, and by the time it reaches the plains, the water gets all muddy and the water gets less turbulent, and the water starts accumulating, or the river has accumulation of a lot of sand, silt and clay which it deposits at the mouth of a river. okay, and thus a delta is formed. So this is visible, okay, but what is not visible? That what led to the development of a river at that particular area, that is not known to us. How the mountains have been formed, no one has seen, isn't it? Because it's an internal process. How will you see? So suppose our internal processes are responses, our internal processes are responsible for how we react outside, isn't it? Our brain gives us the message that now it's time for you to turn right. So our body turns right. It instructs us to have water. So we drink a glass of water. So what we can see, the outer results we can see, but the inner processes are not known to us. So the external processes are actually in the process of erosion, which is a continuous process by the natural agents of erosion. Okay, what are the natural agents of erosion? We have water, we have air, we have tidal waves, okay, all a glacier. So everything is all these are actually the natural agents of erosion. So these processes or these natural agents actually carry out these processes. The surface is being lowered by the process of erosion and rebuilt by the process of deposition. A river will deposit, or the air will carry some sand, silt and clay, and it will deposit. Again the next day maybe it can carry away the sand, silts from one place and then deposit to some other place. Okay, so this is a continuous process. These two processes are carried out by running water, ice and wind. Broadly, we can group different landforms depending on elevation and slope: mountains, plateaus and plains. So based on their elevation, how elevated they are from the sea level, right, we can divide the landforms under three broad categories: mountain, plateaus and plains. All right, so first we are starting with the mountains. What is a mountain? It is any natural elevation of the earth's surface, and they will be having small summit and a broad base. It is considerably higher than the surrounding area. Some mountains are even higher than the clouds. Okay, as you go higher, the climate becomes cooler. So the temperature of the earth is inversely proportionate to the height of any place. The higher we go, it becomes cooler, the temperature drops. Okay, in some mountains there are permanently frozen rivers of ice. They are called glaciers. We all know glaciers are the moving ice or the moving rivers of ice. So they actually come down the slope of the mountains. There are some mountains you cannot see as they are under the sea. Yes, some hills are submerged, or some mountains are submerged, or they are under the sea because of the harsh climate. Less people live in the mountain areas. We all know that the hilly areas are less crowded because of the inaccessibility of these places. We have less population over there. It is also because of the unavailability of very good soil, fertile soil, and the difficulty of making network channels easily. Okay, all right. Since the slopes are steep, less land is available for farming. Yes, these are the causes. Mountains may be arranged in a line known as range. Himalayan mountain range we call it, right? So when they are arranged in a proper line, we can see all the lines properly, we can call it a range. The mountain system consists of a series of parallel ranges extending over hundreds of kilometers. The Himalayas, Alps and the Andes are the mountain ranges of Asia, Europe and South America respectively. Mountains vary in their heights and shape, right? So not all the mountains are of same height, so they vary in their shape as well. There are three types of mountains. So again, in mountain we are classifying. We are having fold mountain, block mountain, and the volcanic mountain. The Himalayan mountain and the Alps are the young fold mountains with rugged relief and high conical peaks. The Aravalli range in India is one of the oldest fold mountain system in the world. The range has considerably worn down due to the processes of erosion. The Appalachians in North America and the Urals in Russia have rounded features and low elevation. They are very old fold mountains. So why they are using the term young fold mountains and old fold mountains? Okay, so young fold mountains are still in the process of building. Young means what? They are still, they have the youthful age. So why it is? Because they are located in such a juncture that the internal processes that we were talking about just now are still active, okay, and they are still getting built up. All right, when the right time comes, you will read about it in depth, but for now you need to remember that due to the ongoing internal processes, these mountains are still called the young fold mountains. Block mountains are created when large areas are broken and displaced vertically. The uplifted blocks are termed as horst and the lowered blocks are called graben. The Right Valley and the Vosges Mountains in Europe are examples of such mountain system. Okay, so after the fold mountains, it is also to be remembered that why they are called fold mountains, because they have formed due to extreme compression from both the sides. Okay, it's a horizontal compression. If you take a piece of handkerchief and you push the handkerchief from both the hands from the sides, very small folds will occur. So this is how the soft beds of mounting building materials have crumbled up to form the folds, and thus these mountains have formed. Conversely, the block mountains are created when the large areas got broken and displaced vertically. So, in case of fold mountain, the pressure was from the horizontal side and now it has become vertical. So, one block is going up and the other is going down. Okay, so this is how the block mountains have formed. So, the earth's surface have got cracks in blocks. So some block have gone up, some have gone down. This is how the block mountains have formed. The uplifted blocks are called horst and the lower portion is called graben, and this is where where the rivers flow. It becomes rift valley. Okay. Now graben are also called rift valley. Okay. Third, we come to the volcanic mountains. Kilimanjaro in Africa and Mount Fujiyama in Japan are examples. Examples are very important, children. You need to remember a lot of examples of these mountains. Okay, mountains are very useful. They are the storehouse of water, as they are the source of the rivers. We all know. And also because of their source of the glacier in the mountains. Reservoirs are made and the water is harnessed for the use of people. Water from the mountains is also used for irrigation and generation for hydroelectricity. The river valleys and terraces are ideal for cultivation of crops. Mountains have a rich variety of flora and fauna. The forests provide fuel, fodder, shelter and other products like gum, raisins, etc. They also provide an idyllic site for tourists. We all know they visit the mountains for their scenic beauty. Several sports like paragliding, hang gliding, river crafting are also practiced there. So, after going through all the kinds of volcanic mountains, the divisions of the different mountains. Now we will see that what are the importance of the mountains. Okay, they not only have great scenic beauty and are attracting tourists for time immortal, but they are also the storehouse of water where we can generate hydroelectricity. We get a lot of byproducts from forest, and they are very useful for their medicinal. There are plants which have great medicinal values also. So the mountains are so very essential to us, and it is needless to say that it also maintains the ecosystem. It maintains the balance of the ecosystem. Okay, so children, we will stop here today, and we will move carry on with plateaus the next day. I really hope you will go through the entire video, and along with this you need to read the book first. If you have liked the explanation, please give a thumbs up. Please click the like button, subscribe the channel, support us, and also don't forget to comment and let me know if you have any doubts. I'll be back with the part 2 portion very soon. Really soon. Till then, take care. Bye bye.